Hello everyone, I'm Brian Dragon and welcome back to Vox Adventures. So today we are... Oh, for goodness sake. No. There we go. Today we are going this way. I've gone that way before by the, bridge. But let's see just what's out there. So, how are we all doing? Good. I've continued with my Halloween movie marathon. Yesterday was Darkman 2, The Return of Durant, Darkman 3, Darkman Die, Destroy All Monsters, and then I finished up on the fantastic film The Devil Rides Out, starring Christopher Lee as the Duc de Richelieu. He would be the hero in that film. The villain Mokata is played by Charles Gray. In it, the Duke has to save friends and family from a satanic cult. Mokata, of course, being the leader of that cult. But, of course, there was censorship. They couldn't say the word cult, and they couldn't refer to... And they couldn't, have the name Satan spoken, so... he was either called the Devil, or in one scene, the Goat of Mendes. That being the only scene where he actually appears. The character of Rex throws a crucifix at him and he just vanishes. And no, that is not the climax. Pretty much highlighting that it's Mokata and not the devil himself who's the villain of the story. That was actually Christopher Lee's favorite film that he did with Hammer. Hammer being, of course, the British film company, film studio. Being to Britain what Universal was in the United States. Oh, dear. I'm going to watch Dorian Gray at lunch. Anyone here ever read The Picture of Dorian Gray? Why am I speaking like it's a stream? But anyway, anyone ever read that? Fantastic book. I highly recommend it. Excuse me. Just keep moving. I've not actually read the book The Devil Rides Out, but I will see if I can find it on the Internet Archive. Just keep moving. Anyway, I'm seeing a play on Sunday. Barefoot in the Park. That sounds interesting. Ah, I see. Oh, zombie, if you could only see me now. I don't know, was that really worth anything? It was handled pretty easily. Oliver. Hmm, excuse me. Let's get another people that's far out. Oh, for goodness sake. Well, let's mourn ourselves out. Yeah, that makes things a little bit better to see. Fine. It's definitely safe for the moment. No, I can't remember how many years ago it was that um was sometime after my dad died, so that was in 2012, so I don't know. Cineplex typically shows classic movies from time to time, and in October they were showing a double feature. The double feature, of course, being the original versions of The Mummy and The Wolfman. It was fantastic seeing those movies on the big screen. I felt like I'd been sent back in time. Now, I've seen quite a few films on the big screen, and but of course, you know what kind I'm talking about. I've seen City Lights, Apollo 13, you know, that Tom Hanks one. I've seen the Ten Commandments. But of course, my favorite movie, period, the 1994 screen adaptation of Black Beauty. Part of the children's movies that are shown on occasion. I didn't get to see it in 1994. I was 2 years old. The first film I ever saw in the theater was Babe. It's been a while. I should check Cineplex to see if they're still doing those. I mean, I know they still show opera and the National Theatre stuff, but, yeah, it's something that I should do. But I'm not going to do it now. Look where I am. I would like to see some other classic epic films on the big screen. I'd like to see some other classic films on the big screen, period. Or, you know, just films that I didn't get to see when they originally came out because I was too young. I was able to see Jurassic Park on the big screen thanks to, you know, what was it, the 20th anniversary, I'm pretty sure, I think it was. Oh, that was just amazing. Of course, I would also like to attend TIFF, the Toronto International Film Festival, a bit more. I've only been able to attend once, and that was to see to see Jean Cocteau's Beauty and the Beast. I unfortunately did not get to see The Adventures of Robin Hood when it was shown. Is Errol Flynn my favorite Robin Hood? No. No, absolutely not. I view him as average at best, just plain bad at worst. A bumbler who got lucky. And I find him boring in the role. But he, too, found the role boring, so maybe that's just me sensing his own boredom with it. Yeah, no, my favorite Robin Hoods, let's see here, Sean Connery, Brian Bedford, David Robb, and Robert Colby, I believe his name is. Yeah, so this is it. Yeah, Robert Colby, I believe his name is. He voiced Robin Hood for Burbank Films. So, we made it. A lot of woodland, it seems. I would actually like to see Richard Thorpe's Ivanhoe on the big screen. I mean, sure, it's the odd adaptation, but then again, the only ones typically are odd. The 1913 version with King Beget was odd itself. I mean, it skips Ashby and goes straight to Torquemston. The captives aren't taken on the road to Wallerwood, they're taken from Wallerwood itself, so you go from the dinner scene basically you're going from the tense dinner scene at Wallerwood straight to the Battle of Torquemston. I clearly will have to go fishing at some point. Actually, another film I'd like to see on the big screen would be the original Scarface. It's a fantastic movie. My dad, who had only ever seen the Al Pacino one, he saw it, and much like the American Film Institute that ranked it higher than the Al Pacino one in their top 10 gangster movies, yeah, my dad outright declared it better. Oh, for God's sake. And for the last years we had with each other, we watched it quite a bit. Yeah, it's a fantastic film. And you will also find Boris Karloff in it in one of his non-horror roles. This was a year after Frankenstein, the same year as The Mummy and The Old Dark House, I believe. The Old Dark House I've actually never seen. But you're going to want to... But if you're a Boris Karloff fan, you might want to skip The Old Dark House, because as far as Universal films go, Universal horror films go, as I understand, it wouldn't be until The Mummy that he was actually allowed to speak. And yeah, from the clips I've seen of The Old Dark House, his character Morgan has no dialogue, or at least no dialogue that's actually understandable. There's a scene where he answers the door and says something unintelligible, and a character says, even Roundshot not to sound like that. But, oh, for goodness sake. Just... Well. Anyway, oh, for goodness sake. Do you mind? I have no idea where I'm... Anyway. That would be all for today. I'm Brian Croydregan signing out. Stay straight.